Well, hello there. I am back, and today we are taking a quick look at Glitter and Lasers because it is officially peach season. Yes, that is Glitter and Lasers in a public setting, mouth wide open, pointing at her morbidly obese booty. Yes, yes. Um, and I'm just gonna let you know the perfect peach has to have muscle in it. It can't just be all jiggle. There's got to be some toning to that baby. It's not just all jiggle. You got to have a little of both. Okay? It is what it is. I don't make the rules. But how awkward. How awkward to stand in a gym and take a picture of your ass like this. I could not do this. I absolutely could not do this. Okay? And more power to her, but if I saw her doing this in the gym, oh, goodness. The comments. Anyway, let's take a look at some other stuff here in now that it's officially peach season. I swiped this from Chikara this morning, okay, because I had missed this one. I haven't been on my A game. I've been a little sick. If you can't tell in my voice, it's not sick, it's allergies. The trees are trying to kill me. The pollen is high, all right? So it's a little blurry because, like I said, I snagged it from Chikara's video. Thank you, Chikara. Forgot to post this yesterday. I got all hyped about the wedding. Anna, you're not getting married. It's not your wedding. You're not going. They're not going to invite you to be the flower girl, okay? The basket would be too small. All right? It's not you. You're not going to be the flower girl. Okay? Also not the maid of honor. I got all hyped about the wedding. I kind of let everything else slide. Don't let this video fool you. I felt these yesterday and I'm still feeling them today. Also, fun fact, I've reached the point in lifting that I now have to explore pelvic floor therapy. So that's fun. If you know, you know. Chikara went over this, talking about how she never pisses herself while lifting. I also can chime in and say that in all my years of lifting heavy weights, I have in fact not peed myself. I have given birth to 3 children, okay? All of which the natural route, I don't need to get into that because that is not what this channel is meant for. But I do not pee myself when lifting heavy weights. Now, I know some people have issues where that does happen. I understand some people don't train often enough, but Chikara is absolutely right. If you lift regularly, and for as long as, you know, some of us girls have been doing, this is not an issue, right? When you weight train and you do it correctly, you're using all of the muscles in your body. You're bracing, you're breathing. You use the small muscles, the big muscles. You train different ways to hit all the things, right? Also, if you are a woman who has an active life, and I'll leave it at that, and you're taking care of yourself, you know, you also will not need this kind of training. This kind of training is usually for people who have issues, like genetic issues, or if they go a long time without being active, or they're highly sedentary for an extended amount of time, or they have a baby and stuff just gets all kinds of messed up in that region. That's what that's for, okay? Some people have problems with bladder control, just it is what it is, right? But for your everyday average power lifter, they're not out doing pelvic floor exercises daily, and they're not pissing themselves, okay? I'm not going to Walmart and buying a jumbo bag of the doggy pads and setting them down before I do my squats or my deadlifts. It's just not a thing. I'm sorry. I don't, I've worked in a lot of gym settings now, and I have yet to see a jumbo bag of pee pads next to the squat rack. I haven't seen it. I actually have never had another female ask me, "Hey, Lindsay, the other day I was deadlifting and I pissed myself. What can I do to fix that?" No. Normally I have ladies say, "Hey, I got poor bladder control," but they're not pissing themselves lifting weights. And I just want to know some exercises to help tweak that, right? Yeah, if you're looking for a good pelvic floor workout, though, Hannah Bauer 2 is her name on Instagram. Hannah Bauer, the number 2. She has great programs and information about coming back from after having children or just needing better pelvic floor workouts, control, all those things. Like I said, it does happen, right? It does happen. Some people do need help with this. But Anna has been lifting and she's been a fitness girl for so long. I mean, wasn't there a section in Copilot or Trainwell, whatever that thing's called now, about your pelvic floor? Couldn't you have asked your trainer then? Or No? No. Okay. Anyway, no, I don't need a pee pad under me. On to the next thing. This was also taken from Chikara's video because I saw this, but I did not save it because, like I said, I am not on my A game right now. In my A game. I am not on my A game right now. I am not on the A team. I am B team, maybe even C team right now. Got a lot going on. But this was a video. I didn't want to steal the whole thing from Chikara, so I grabbed a screenshot. She's basically talking about not being able to do split squats. And I'm going to echo what Chikara said. This is not a split squat. This is a lunge. And Chikara was right in saying that this is a static lunge. When we do a split squat, okay, so the way that I cue a split squat is, and I usually teach it under a Smith machine first, because a Smith machine is good at keeping you in line, right? When you're doing any kind of movement, they're great for teaching people squats. They're great for teaching people different presses. I love Smith machines. Did I used to love them? No. But now that I work with people who are beginners, they are a great middle ground or even beginner to learn form, right? Okay, it keeps you in line. It forces you to stay in the right position. You can't fall forward, fall back, side to side. It takes the stability out, right? It's helping you, but it's also keeping you in a certain form. So I tell people, we get under the Smith machine. We go very lightweight, all right? I tell them, 1 foot out front, 1 in back. The leg in back is more for that stability. It's balance. It's not pushing the weight. Front foot goes out, other leg goes back. I tell them to do a slight hinge forward in the hip and then lower as if they're pressing their pelvis into the floor, not shooting your booty out or pushing your pelvis forward, a nice neutral alignment going directly into the floor. Now, the reason I say to slightly hinge out and keep a neutral back is if you hinge out slightly, you'll hit more of the glute, okay? If you stay more vertical upright, you'll hit more of the quad. Now we drive through the floor through the front leg. The knee does not come over the toe. It's just an up and down movement. Now a lunge, you can do a walking lunge, you can do a static lunge. A split squat is different. A lunge uses both legs, right? Coming up and down, right? A split squat, all the weight is on that front leg. The back leg is just for balance. I even joke, like the back leg, she's just hanging out. She's just making sure we don't fall over. Once I teach them the form in a Smith machine, then we'll move to dumbbells. Or if they can't even handle dumbbells yet, we'll just do a body weight, right? And I'll explain to them. Push, hinge slightly forward, eyes down, sitting down. That'll hit more of the glute because the ladies love to hit the glutes, right? Get that? It's peach season after all. But if you stay more vertical, straight up and down, you'll hit more of the quad. So there's little variations you can do in the split squat. That's why I love the split squat. Now, this is not a split squat. I do not tell my clients to drive their knee into the ground, smack it, and then barely come back up. Because if you watch this video, she's like grabbing at the counters, like using her back leg to drive herself. She has 1, no balance, 2, terrible posture, 3, terrible form, and 4, she just doesn't have strength. She might have strength when she has both feet in the motion, but as far as just singular leg, no. Which also tells me she's got no side-to-side stability. She's very one motion stable, right? That's why she can do a hex bar squat or hex bar deadlift, whatever you want to call it. That's why she can do the hex bar so much better, is because it's one motion. But I'll also caution you, it is not better. In Chikara's video, I was also watching the first part where she was doing the hex bar. Her back is so rounded out. The way that I cue it is feet about shoulder width apart. When you go down to grab the weight, again, pin the shoulders back, sit down into the bar, grab the bar, and then drive up through the ground. Do not give yourself time to push your booty out or anything. Keep in line, drop down into the bar, drive straight up. Do not use your back. Use your legs. Okay? But Anna is rounded out, lean, and I'm sorry I don't have a photo. I'll try to put one in here if I remember. But if you go to Chikara's video or go to any of Anna's, lifts. She's rounded out. She's leaning down, squishing over her fat rolls to grab the bar. And then she's pulling with her upper body through her arms and through her back and chest and everything, all the things you're not supposed to be using. Then she's getting the momentum of the weight up, and then her legs come in. She has to be able to sit lower to enter this lift. She has to be able to sit back, be comfortable, and be back in that, and then push up, right? I have a strong indication that the reason why we're not seeing full squats under a rack right now is because she does not have the ability to sit back into it, lower herself, and then drive back up. I think she's very one-dimensional, like she just kind of is up and down vertical, but she's not able to hinge out, hinge the hips back, sit comfortably, and then drive up. She's just an up and down girl, right? I think her form is still trash. I think that the trainer is attempting to do lifts that help her by isolating certain parts of the lifts. But he's trying to section it down, because when you teach lifting, like, I am not an expert, right? Do I have a degree? Yes. Do I have certifications? Yes. Do I work with people? Yes. But that's why I love in-person training more than anything, is because you can be in the moment. You can see the person's anatomy, see their form, and then correct from there, because it's not cookie cutter always. People have longer torsos, longer femurs, which, legs, longer, they have different abilities. And it's so much better in person. It's so much better in person. Can it be done online? Yes. But usually I think online people, it's not beginners, right? That's why apps like Copilot, Trainwell, whatever it's called, very hard for me to get behind, because it's not in person. I think for your first few times, you got to go in person, meet with a trainer, meet with the right trainer, learn the basics. Learn about stacking the rib cage over the hips, over the pelvis, not pushing out, pushing forward, all those things. Learn about breathing, learn about control. Balance is key. Mobility of even, the small things all the way to the big. You can't just start squatting. You can't just go like Anna and stack a bunch of plates on and get under a trap bar and just push it up, or a hex bar, whatever you want to call it. You have to learn, you have to walk before you can run. And as we know, Anna, she just wants to run. She's a runner, okay? And you can't always do that. Now, I'm sorry there's not as many pictures and videos in this one, but I did not catch a lot of yesterday, like I said, actually the last couple days. And so some of those videos are missing, and I don't love going and finding them from other people. I like to leave people's stuff alone. Chikara's video had some good videos in it, so please go watch hers. I did steal a few screenshots, but again, go watch Chikara's video. She goes way more in depth. This all comes down to Anna just wants instant gratification. She wants to be the teacher, but she doesn't even know what she's doing. She has no business teaching or even speaking about some of the things she's doing until she doesn't have to master it herself, but at least understand what she's saying, because the things that she is saying, she is parroting what her instructor is telling her, but she doesn't actually fully understand what she's saying. Does that make sense? Like, you can parrot things all you want and repeat them, but that does not mean you know what you're talking about. And Anna referred to people like Alan and Chikara and others in this space as snake oil salesmen. Dude, look at yourself. Okay? Do I want you to go out and lift heavy weights? Absolutely. Go for it. Do I want you to be healthy? Absolutely do it. But you're not a credentialed individual in the health and fitness or health and wellness space. Some of us are. Some of us have put in the time, done the work, and for you to just waltz in and be like, oh, look at me. I can lift this heavy weight, but I pissed myself. Bravo. Great job getting out there. Anyway, I have rambled long enough. Again, I am sorry. Not enough videos in this, but we talked. We spoke. It was a good time. On that note, I'm going to go for today. I'm hoping to go live later. By the time you see this video, I will probably already be live. But anyway, have a good one. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.